What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and it is no secret that we live in a day and age where we are under constant surveillance. Look around you. For the most part, there is a high-powered camera in the hands of everyone that you are surrounded by. There are cameras on every street corner. There are multiple cameras in every store. There are cameras attached to the back of your car to help you reverse. There are cameras attached to doorbells to make sure people don't steal packages. There are cameras everywhere, any and everywhere, which makes it seem as if, or it makes people feel as if maybe serial killers are a thing of the past. I mean, think about it. How could you get away with such heinous crimes over and over and over again in the day and age where there is a camera watching you basically 24/7? But in many ways, I think what we are witnessing right now is we're witnessing a time where it's almost as if this technology, this constant state of surveillance, is almost working against us. I mean, of course it's working against us, but I mean working against us in ways that maybe we haven't even thought about before. I think that this constant surveillance has maybe made investigators and law enforcement, maybe it's made them a little softer at their jobs. Maybe it has caused them to not really speculate too much, to not use creative, critical thinking, if you will. Because, I mean, it's right there. There's cameras pointing everywhere. Surely a camera would see something, right? And while that may be really convenient when trying to solve a crime, I do think there's a possibility that it could work against you. Because we're in a day and age where people aren't really solving crimes anymore. Technology is solving crimes. Back in the day, people had to really use their brains. Sometimes people would work a lifetime trying to put two and two together. Nowadays, they send something off to a criminal lab, or we'll pull the surveillance tapes. And if nothing's there, then I guess nothing happened. I guess there's nothing to worry about. Open and shut case. So even though this is really convenient, and of course the use of these cameras and advanced DNA technology and all of this stuff, it has helped to solve countless crimes. But at the same time, I think it is watering down the minds of those who look into these type of crimes. Because I've noticed something really weird lately. You know, for the longest, it seemed like serial killers were a thing of the past. Because you couldn't really get away with all of that in the modern age. Yet over the last year or so, I have looked into quite a few stories that really make me feel like maybe serial killers aren't a thing of the past. Maybe we still have plenty of serial killers living amongst us that have learned how to beat the system, or maybe they've even learned how to get away with these crimes due to the fact that law enforcement relies on technology so much as opposed to maybe common sense or critical thinking. One of these areas where I believe there may be a serial killer on the loose is Portland. Yes, I know Portland is already dealing with its fair share of stuff, okay? We've all witnessed it over the past few years. But there's a new thing happening in Portland that is really causing people to start asking questions. Because it appears that 6 women, all under the age of 40, have been found dead in suspicious circumstances in secluded areas in Portland, and all of these bodies have been found within a 100-mile radius of each other. Now, if this does not scream serial killer, then I don't know what does. But at the same time, I must acknowledge that often there are these areas that are often used as dumping grounds for bodies. Yes, a lot of these areas are in national parks. I can tell you right now, you think going to the national park is a good little vacation? Maybe you should Google what happens at national parks. I'm sorry, but you're not going to catch me at a national park. After the past two or 3 years looking into true crime cases extensively, I don't want to be anywhere near these national parks. I'm sure they're beautiful. I'm sure the hiking is nice. The wildlife is gorgeous. But I'll be damned if there isn't bodies upon bodies upon bodies constantly found in these parks, in these secluded wooded areas. So many heinous crimes happen in these areas. So many people just vanish off the face of the map, off the face of the earth in these parks. So when I hear of, oh, we found all of these bodies within a certain radius, I do believe that that may be a sign that we have a serial killer on our hands. But also, this may just be what people call a common dumping ground. Yeah, I know it sounds weird and it sounds scary, but in your city, in your town, there's probably an area just like this, where bodies are constantly found. But let's go ahead and dive in and find out what exactly is happening here. 6 women in Portland have been found dead in secluded wooded areas in the last 3 months within 100 miles of each other, triggering fears that a serial killer may be in the area. The victims were all found in suspicious circumstances in discarded barns, on the side of the road, or hidden among bushes. The first victim found on February 19th, and the most recent was discovered on May 7th. Police have only released the cause of one woman's death. She died as the result of blunt force trauma to the head and neck. The other women's causes of death have not yet been revealed. It remains unclear what the women have in common, if anything. Now, 3 local police departments are working together to determine whether the deaths may be connected. Some of their families say they are now fearful that more women will be next. I don't want to ever scare people, but reality is there are women dying at awful numbers, Robin Speaks, the sister of one of the women, says. Her sister Joanna, a mother of 3 and recovering addict, was found dead in a barn in early April, just a few weeks after vanishing. She died from blunt force injuries to the head and neck, and police say her body had been moved to the location where she was found once she'd been killed. I don't want to ever scare people, but reality is there are women dying in awful numbers. Women need to pay attention, and they need to know there are dangers, and they're clearly taking the lives of people we love, Robin added. The first body was found on February 19th. Kristen Smith, 22, had been missing since late December. Her remains were found in a wooded area near an intersection in Pleasant Valley. The coroner had not yet ruled on a cause of death. Her family set up a GoFundMe to help pay for her funeral expenses. They had been conducting their own searches for her and handing out missing persons flyers. On April 24th, a few weeks after Joanna's death, Charity Perry, 24, was found dead near Answorth State Park. There you go, State Park. Police will not release any more details about her death for fear of compromising their investigation. The same exact day, an unidentified woman who police believe is a Native American or Native Alaskan descent was found near an interstate. She had 2 distinct tattoos, a black music note with the letter V, and a Buddha on her right upper back. When she was found dead, she was wearing rings and bracelets, a green long-sleeve shirt, a black and white zip-up jacket, jeans, and black and white Adidas cleats. Bridget Leanne Ramsey Webster, 31, was found dead on April 30th. Police say she was known to frequent Central Portland. The last body that was found was that of Ashley Reel, age 22. Her remains were spotted by a fisherman in a heavily wooded area in Eagle Creek on May 7th. She was last seen on surveillance footage at a fast food restaurant on March 27th. We were working diligently with those respective law enforcement agencies to determine if these deaths are connected. Our detectives are actively working every lead, including tips we have received, says Deputy John Plott of the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office. You know, this kind of reminds me of Leaking Park, not Linkin Park. I know the band Linkin Park. I'm sure a lot of you all know the band Linkin Park. I am talking about Leaking Park in Baltimore. In fact, if you got some free time today and you want to be disturbed, go ahead and look up Leaking Park in Baltimore. It is a common place where people go to dump bodies. Bodies are found there literally all the time. So I'm wondering, I don't know Portland. I don't know this area. Some of you all maybe live there and you know the area better than me. I'm wondering right now, is this a new type of phenomena, if you will? Like, are people's bodies just now being found in this area? You know what I mean? Or is this something that's been going on for years? Is this one of those common areas where people seem to just dump bodies? You know, so I can't really determine how I really feel about this story because I don't know that area. But if you ask me from the outside looking in, without having any prior knowledge about this area, yes, this does look like this could be connected. This does look like it could be the work of a serial killer. I hope the women who live in this area are taking this situation very, very seriously because you never know if it could be you. And in my opinion, this is almost even scarier than the stories about serial killers we would hear back in the day. Because how in the hell does someone get away with this in this day and age? You got to be a really evil, smart, cunning, conniving type of person to really get away with stuff like this, you know, in 2023. But like I said, I hope the people in this area are taking this situation very, very seriously. Because, I mean, this does look like a trend. But like I said, I don't know about this area, but I will end this video with a warning to you all. Ladies, and gentlemen too, please rethink your vacations to national and state parks. And if you go, don't go alone. It's not worth it. I'm sure you want your exercise. You want to go out here and be in the wilderness. You want to bond with nature. Well, I'm telling you right now, a lot of the people who go out to these state parks, they wind up bonding with a serial killer and not nature at all, okay? I cannot stress hard enough how often crazy things happen in these areas, and for the life of me, I don't know why nothing has been done about it. It's like every other story we hear about. Oh, someone went missing at the state park. Someone went missing at the national park. Oh, this person got murdered at the state park. Oh, it turns out there was a crazy sadistic killer waiting at the state park, just waiting for some dumbass to walk down the trail by themselves, and then they're never seen again. It happens like every single day. That's not an exaggeration. Every single day, bodies are constantly being found in these areas. People are vanishing in these areas. Please take it seriously, okay? Take it seriously. No one else is going to warn you about this stuff because everyone else probably wants you going to these areas because it's good and it's good for the economy and it's good for your health. Man, steer clear, okay? At least if you're by yourself, please, please, please. Because it's like we talked about in the beginning of this video how we're constantly under surveillance, because we're constantly under surveillance, I feel as if the people who want to do these weird, crazy things without getting caught, it's like they're all migrating to state parks and national parks. It's like the last place you can go in America where you could probably kill someone and not be on camera. And you could probably get away with it. But hey, do what you want to do. It's summertime. I'm sure some of you all are watching this video right now from a state park in your RV or something. Be careful. Let me know your thoughts, though, about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you on the next video.